In the vast emptiness of a distant galaxy, far beyond the reach of most known civilizations, an ancient race of aliens lived in quiet dominance. These beings had ruled the stars for thousands of years, their technology far beyond what many could imagine. They believed they understood the universe completely, until one day their deep space sensors picked up something unusual. It was a faint but distinct signal coming from a small blue planet orbiting an ordinary star in an unremarkable part of the galaxy. This planet was known to the aliens as Earth, but until now, it had been dismissed as insignificant. A backwater world with no power or meaning beyond its own solar system. However, the signal was unlike anything their advanced minds had seen before. It was a rhythmic pulse, steady and clear, but more than just a message. It carried a deep urgency, like a cry for help, an SOS. The scientists at the alien research stations were the first to notice it. They scrambled to analyze the strange code embedded within the pulse, trying to decode its meaning. At first, many believed it was a simple distress call, perhaps from a primitive species facing disaster. But as they dug deeper, the message revealed layers of complexity that no one expected. It wasn't just a plea for assistance. It was a promise, a warning wrapped inside hope. The signal seemed to say, "We are coming." This short phrase was not just a threat or a promise of arrival, but something more profound. It spoke of determination, of survival against all odds, and of a force that would not be ignored. The aliens had never encountered a signal that carried such emotion, such willpower. It unsettled them. The leadership of the alien civilization gathered quickly to discuss this new development. Their council chambers, usually calm and filled with measured voices, buzzed with tension. Some argued the signal was a trick, a trap set by a hostile enemy. Others believed it was a genuine call for help, but feared what the help might bring. A few wise elders warned that this signal marked the beginning of a change they could not control. Yet all agreed on one point. Humanity was on the rise, and their arrival would alter the balance of power in the galaxy. Meanwhile, on Earth, the humans themselves were unaware of the attention they had drawn. Their scientists and engineers worked tirelessly, pushing the boundaries of space travel and communication. They sent their message into the void without fully understanding what it might bring back. For centuries, humanity had been watching the stars, waiting for a sign, dreaming of exploring beyond their world. This SOS was born from that desire and desperation, a call sent out in hope that someone, anyone, might hear it and respond. But the humans did not realize that their signal was not just being heard, it was being watched. As the alien civilizations studied Earth more closely, they began to see something remarkable. Despite the planet's modest technology compared to their own, the humans displayed qualities that machines and advanced calculations could not measure. They were resilient, fiercely independent, and driven by a will to survive and grow. Where others might see a small, fragile species, the aliens saw a fire burning fiercely beneath the surface. This fire made them unpredictable and dangerous in ways no one had prepared for. The more the aliens observed, the more they understood that humanity was not a species to be underestimated or ignored. The story of this signal spread quickly across the alien worlds. In the crowded spaceports and quiet research halls, conversations turned to the arrival of the humans. Some species, proud of their long histories and vast empires, dismissed the idea that such a young civilization could challenge them. Others, however, felt a growing sense of unease, sensing that something new and unstoppable was coming. It was as if the very stars themselves held their breath, waiting for the next move. The SOS from Earth was no longer just a message. It had become a symbol, a turning point in the history of the galaxy. Back on Earth, preparations were underway without the humans knowing the full impact of their signal. Spaceships were being built, plans laid out for journeys into the stars, and governments debated the risks and rewards of reaching beyond their home. The people of Earth were united by a shared hope to explore, to learn, and to connect with others. In the universe, they wanted to show they were ready to join the galactic community. But what they did not expect was that their arrival would be met with both curiosity and fear, admiration and suspicion. As days turned into weeks, The aliens monitored every step humanity took. They watched as Earth's technology grew faster, as rockets soared higher, and as new inventions pushed the limits of possibility. They saw humans overcome incredible challenges through creativity and teamwork. This made the aliens realize that humanity's promise in their SOS was true. They were coming, and they would not be stopped. But what no one could predict was how humanity's arrival would not only challenge the alien powers, but change the very way the galaxy thought about life, strength, and cooperation. The silence of the stars was about to be broken. A new player was stepping onto the cosmic stage, carrying with them hope, courage, and an unyielding spirit. The ancient alien civilizations braced themselves for what was to come. Some prepared to welcome the newcomers, while others readied for conflict. But everyone knew one thing: the galaxy would never be the same again. The SOS from Earth was just the beginning, the spark that would light a new chapter in the story of the universe. The vast void of space stretched endlessly before humanity's starships as they pierced through the outer limits of the galaxy, their engines burning with a fierce light born from centuries of tireless work and determination. The ships were unlike anything the ancient alien civilizations had ever seen. Each vessel was a testament to human creativity, built not only to survive the cold vacuum of space but to push boundaries no one had dared to challenge before. As the ships moved steadily toward the alien system that had once detected their SOS, a quiet anticipation rippled through the galaxy. For many, it was the first time in millennia that new life had approached with such a powerful and undeniable presence. Unlike the usual arrivals marked by cold calculation or overwhelming military force, humanity came with something different, a bold curiosity that shone from their very core, accompanied by a quiet, unshakable resolve that seemed to radiate from their every action. The humans were not conquerors nor invaders. They were explorers with a fierce will to understand the unknown and carve their place among the stars. As they entered the alien system, their ships glided smoothly between massive rings of asteroids and brilliant gas clouds, revealing their designs to eyes both astonished and wary. The alien species, many of whom had once believed they had seen every form of technological marvel, found themselves stunned and even humbled by the humans' rapid advancements. The ships were elegant but practical, built for endurance and adaptability. Their engines harnessed energy in ways unfamiliar to the aliens, blending power with efficiency in a manner that suggested humans had mastered balance in chaos, a trait that was foreign to the rigid systems dominating the stars for centuries. The humans' ability to adapt quickly to unexpected challenges, shown in the countless minor adjustments their ships made in real time, was particularly striking. Unlike the inflexible machines of the alien fleets, human vessels seemed to think and learn as they traveled, reacting with an almost instinctive understanding of the dangers and opportunities surrounding them. This adaptability was something the alien scientists could not easily explain. Many had spent lifetimes studying patterns of behavior and strategy, yet humans seemed to move beyond predictable responses, guided instead by an inner spark of creativity and improvisation. More surprising was the fierce independence that radiated from the human crews. Unlike the rigid hierarchies and strict protocols governing alien explorers, humans worked together in fluid teams, each member trusted and valued for their unique skills and ideas. Their interactions showed respect and openness, blending diverse backgrounds and perspectives in ways that enriched their mission rather than slowed it down. This freedom to innovate and collaborate was unlike anything the galaxy had witnessed and left the aliens both amazed and uneasy. The human starships were a symbol of more than technology. They represented a mindset that challenged long-held beliefs about strength and power. The aliens watched from observation decks and control centers, holding their breath as the humans approached the heart of their system. Some of the older species whispered warnings, recalling ancient tales of newcomers who brought chaos and destruction. Others dared to hope that this new arrival might signal a fresh chapter, one of cooperation and growth rather than conquest. Yet beneath these hopes and fears lay a deep uncertainty. Humanity's presence stirred questions that had remained unasked for generations. What did it mean for a species so young and untested to reach the stars with such confidence? Could their fierce independence lead to conflict with established powers? Or might it inspire a new era where strength was measured in different ways? As the first human vessels settled into orbit around key planets and moons, the aliens launched probes and communication arrays to study them more closely. Attempts were made to send diplomatic messages, carefully worded to gauge humanity's intentions. The humans responded not with aggressive demands, but with open dialogue, expressing their desire to learn, explore, and share knowledge. This unexpected humility caught many off guard, especially those who had expected arrogance or immediate demands for territory. Yet, even as the humans spoke of peace and cooperation, there was a clear message beneath their words. They were here to stay, and they would not back down from the challenges ahead. The alien leaders convened urgent meetings, weighing the potential consequences of humanity's arrival. Some urged caution, fearing that the humans' unpredictability could destabilize long-standing alliances and power structures. Others argued that it was time for change, that the galaxy's old ways had grown stagnant and that humans might be the catalyst needed to break the cycle of fear and control. Throughout these discussions, the common thread was a growing respect for the humans' spirit, a quality that technology alone could not explain. In quiet moments, alien scientists admitted they were witnessing something extraordinary, a species that had risen from a fragile planet full of conflicts and struggles, now standing boldly among the stars with an energy that promised transformation. Still, the tension in the air was palpable. For every hope of friendship, there were whispers of resistance from factions unwilling to share their dominance. The arrival of humanity was not just a new chapter, it was a challenge to the very foundation of galactic order. But amidst the uncertainty, one truth remained clear. Humanity's engines burned brighter than any before them, powered by a determination that would not be silenced or ignored. The galaxy had been quiet for too long, and now the sound of human arrival echoed across the void like a storm breaking through a calm sea. It was a moment filled with awe and suspicion, hope and fear, as the ancient civilizations realized that their time at the top might be coming to an end. Humanity had arrived, not as conquerors but as explorers armed with curiosity and courage. Their presence promised to change the stars forever, igniting a new story written not by old rulers but by the relentless spirit of a species determined to make their mark among the infinite wonders of space. And as their ships glided silently through the alien skies, those who watched could only wonder, what would come next? Would humanity bring harmony or chaos? The answer hung in the air, waiting for the next move in this unfolding cosmic drama. Despite the galaxy's initial doubts about humanity, the humans soon revealed abilities far beyond what the older civilizations had predicted. Many had written them off as primitive, given their relatively short time among the stars and the simplicity of some of their technologies. But beneath this underestimated surface, humans harbored an unseen strength, an extraordinary blend of innovation, unpredictability, and a fierce will to survive and thrive against every challenge thrown their way. It was this spirit, rather than sheer power, that began to turn heads across the cosmos. The first true test came sooner than anyone expected. A powerful alien faction, one of the most dominant forces in the region, grew uneasy at the humans' growing influence and their rapid expansion. This faction, known for its strict control and aggressive tactics, saw humanity as a threat that could disrupt their carefully maintained order. Instead of waiting to respond to open hostility, they sought to challenge humanity through diplomatic means first, offering terms designed to force humans into submission or alliance under their rule. The situation quickly escalated into a tense diplomatic crisis, watched closely by every major power in the galaxy. The humans could have chosen to answer with overwhelming military force, as many species before them might have done. Instead, they took a different path. Their leaders gathered not just their generals and diplomats but thinkers, strategists, and even artists to devise a response that went beyond the usual displays of power. They understood that to survive and grow in this new environment, brute strength alone would not be enough. What the humans showed was a remarkable ability to think creatively, to adapt quickly, and to turn challenges into opportunities. When the dominant faction made their demands expecting fear and compliance, They were met instead with calm confidence and unexpected solutions. The humans proposed a series of cooperative ventures that highlighted mutual benefit rather than conquest. Projects that combined alien resources and human ingenuity to solve problems that had long been ignored or deemed impossible. These ideas were bold and unconventional. Some involved shared technology exchanges. Others focused on joint exploration missions to uncharted systems, and a few even suggested new forms of communication and diplomacy that broke from tradition. The alien faction was taken aback. They had not expected such innovation or the humans' refusal to be intimidated. Behind this there was a deeper current, humanity's unyielding spirit. They did not seek dominance, but they also refused to be controlled. This balance of strength and humility created a tension that confused and intrigued the galaxy. While the humans worked on peaceful solutions, they also quietly prepared for any threat. Their defense systems were not the largest or most heavily armed, but they were smart, designed to respond flexibly to unexpected attacks or strategies. This adaptability became their greatest weapon. When a covert sabotage attempt shook the delicate peace, humans quickly uncovered the plot not through brute force but through careful observation, rapid problem-solving, and teamwork. They responded swiftly, using clever tactics to expose the true aggressors and prevent escalation. This unexpected turn of events shook the dominant faction's confidence and shifted the balance in humanity's favor. The galaxy watched closely as humans navigated this crisis without falling into the traps of pride or aggression that had ruined many other civilizations. Their unpredictability made it difficult for others to guess their next move. They showed a willingness to learn from their mistakes and the humility to seek alliances rather than enemies. This strategy surprised many and earned them allies among species who had grown weary of endless wars and power struggles. Over time, the humans' reputation grew. Stories spread of how a species once seen as weak had outmaneuvered one of the strongest factions through ingenuity and spirit alone. The aliens realized that strength was no longer just about technology or firepower, but about the ability to inspire change, to adapt, and to unite. This shift challenged centuries of belief in the galaxy's hierarchy and sparked hope in those who had felt oppressed or overlooked. Despite the rising tensions and ongoing challenges, humanity continued to push forward, not with force but with determination and creativity. Their presence became a symbol of what was possible when courage met intelligence and heart. The unseen strength of humans was a reminder that the future belonged not to those who ruled with fear, but to those who dared to dream and act with purpose. The diplomatic crisis passed, but the impact remained. The galaxy had witnessed the birth of a new era, one where humanity's unpredictable spirit could change the course of history. As the stars watched silently, the question lingered: what new challenges would humanity face next, and how would their unseen strength continue to shape the cosmos? Humanity's arrival did more than just stir curiosity. It sent shockwaves across the galaxy, shaking ancient alien civilizations from their long-held complacency and forcing them to confront truths they had avoided for centuries. These societies, once confident in their place at the top of the cosmic hierarchy, suddenly found themselves questioning everything they had built their power on. The old rules, the rigid hierarchies and the traditions that had ruled their worlds for millennia began to crumble under the weight of a new idea, a new force that challenged not only their technology or strength, but their very way of thinking. Humans introduced concepts that felt strange yet powerful: unity and diversity, exploration without greed, and respect for other beings as equals, rather than subjects or enemies. They spoke not of domination, but of cooperation and shared knowledge, ideas that slowly began to take root in the hearts and minds of many. This ripple effect spread like wildfire, crossing star systems and touching countless species. The ancient rivalries and bitter conflicts that had defined galactic politics suddenly seemed outdated and counterproductive when faced with humanity's relentless optimism and drive to evolve. For the first time in generations, many aliens dared to imagine a future where collaboration could replace conquest and where discovery was not limited by fear or suspicion, but fueled by hope and curiosity. The humans' ability to inspire others was unlike anything the galaxy had seen. It wasn't just their advanced technology or strategic skills that made them stand out. It was their unwavering determination to grow, learn, and bring others along with them. They reminded alien civilizations that true power was not found in control or destruction, but in the ability to adapt, to change, and to uplift those around them. This realization spread quietly but surely, creating tension among those who clung to the old ways and excitement among those ready for change. Old empires began to weaken as their leaders struggled to maintain control in a shifting landscape. Some factions resisted, fearing that losing dominance meant losing their identity and security. Others chose to embrace the new path, seeking alliances with humanity and each other to build something stronger and more inclusive. The galaxy entered a period of transformation, where diplomacy and understanding replaced endless wars and secret deals. It was a difficult transition, filled with setbacks and conflicts, but the momentum was unstoppable. Humanity's presence was a constant reminder that the universe was larger and more complex than any one species or culture had believed. As humans traveled deeper into space, their message grew clearer. The stars were not to be ruled by force or fear, but to be explored with wonder and respect. This call to rethink the future ignited debates in alien councils, inspired new generations of leaders, and encouraged scientists to look beyond their borders for answers. Many alien worlds began to adopt human-inspired initiatives, joint scientific missions, cultural exchanges, and education programs designed to foster mutual understanding. These efforts created bonds that transcended language and biology, forging connections that strengthened the galaxy's fragile peace. Yet amidst the hopeful changes, challenges remained. Not all were willing to let go of old grudges or power struggles. Some factions saw humanity's rise as a threat to be crushed, and covert conflicts simmered beneath the surface. The tension between progress and tradition became a defining theme of this era, with every new alliance tested by forces resistant to change. Still, the humans faced these challenges with the same resilience that had brought them this far. They understood that change was never easy, and the path to a better future was often winding and uncertain. Their relentless drive to inspire others came not from a desire to rule, but from a belief in the potential of every species to grow beyond their limits. The galaxy, once silent and still under the heavy weight of old empires, began to hum with a new energy. Stars that had been quiet for centuries now seemed to shine brighter, reflecting the awakening of civilizations eager to join in a shared journey of discovery. Humanity's arrival was not just a moment in history, it was a call to action, a challenge to every species to reconsider what strength truly meant. As the old rivalries softened and new alliances formed, the galaxy stood on the brink of a new age, one where endless possibilities awaited those willing to embrace change. In this unfolding story, humans were both the spark and the flame, lighting the way for a future built on hope, unity, and the unending quest to explore the mysteries of the universe together. The galactic wake-up call was clear. The stars belonged to no one species alone, and the true power lay in the courage to evolve and inspire others to do the same. And as this new dawn spread across the cosmos, the ancient civilizations realized that their greatest challenge and their greatest opportunity was to learn from humanity's relentless spirit and join in creating a galaxy where every voice mattered and every star held a story worth discovering. The SOS signal that had once echoed as a desperate cry for help from a small blue planet had transformed into a beacon of hope that stretched across the galaxy, drawing together countless worlds that had once drifted apart in silence and suspicion. Humanity, against all odds and expectations, had become the unexpected leader of an unprecedented alliance of species, uniting diverse cultures, technologies, and histories into a tapestry stronger than any single thread. This new coalition was not built on fear, control, or conquest, but on shared dreams, mutual respect, and a deep understanding that the future of the stars depended on cooperation. The ancient civilizations, once proud and isolated, now found themselves working side by side with humans and many other species, discovering that unity brought not only strength but also joy and endless possibilities. The stars themselves, which had long been silent witnesses to endless conflicts and cold rivalries, began to hum with the vibrant energy of growth and collaboration. Scientific expeditions launched from joint space stations, combining alien and human technology to explore the furthest reaches of the cosmos. These missions uncovered wonders previously hidden in dark corners of space, new planets rich with life, strange phenomena that challenged existing knowledge, and the secrets of the universe's origins. Humanity's relentless curiosity and courage inspired others to push beyond their comfort zones, to question old beliefs, and to embrace the unknown with open minds and hearts. Culture flourished alongside science, as diverse species shared stories, art, music, and traditions, creating a galaxy-wide renaissance of creativity and understanding. Festivals were held on distant moons where humans danced with beings of forms and colors no artist could imagine. Libraries held knowledge written in hundreds of languages, now accessible to all, fueling education and innovation. In this new dawn, old fears began to fade. The memories of wars and betrayals became lessons rather than chains, guiding societies to build systems based on fairness and trust. The galaxy's political landscape shifted dramatically. The rigid empires and secretive alliances gave way to councils and forums, where every voice, no matter how small or young, was heard. Humans, with their fresh perspective and inclusive spirit, often helped mediate disputes, reminding everyone that strength was found not in domination but in empathy and cooperation. Yet this era was not without challenges. Differences in biology, language, and tradition sometimes caused misunderstandings and tension. There were moments when distrust flared, threatening to undo the fragile peace. But humanity's example of perseverance and openness encouraged dialogue and forgiveness, turning conflicts into opportunities for deeper connection. The Alliance's greatest strength lay in its diversity, the blend of countless species, each bringing unique knowledge and skills, working together toward common goals. As human and alien scientists collaborated on technology that could harness the energy of stars themselves, engineers designed ships capable of traveling faster and farther than ever before, opening the galaxy's secrets to all. Education programs spread, teaching the next generation of explorers and leaders to value curiosity, kindness, and resilience. More than that, the Alliance fostered a shared sense of responsibility for the galaxy's future, an understanding that the stars were not just resources to be exploited but homes to be cherished. The transformation was so profound that some began to say the stars had been silent, not because of emptiness or mystery, but because they awaited a voice strong enough to bring them to life. Humanity's arrival had been that voice, a call that united, healed, and ignited a cosmic chorus unlike any before. This new era was a promise that no matter how small or uncertain a beginning might be, with courage and cooperation, even the darkest corners of the universe could shine with hope. As humans and their allies prepared for their next great voyages into the unknown, the galaxy held its breath in anticipation, ready to write stories of discovery and friendship that would last for eons. The SOS that once marked a plea for survival had become a symbol of unity and progress, proving that sometimes the loudest silence is broken not by force, but by the gentle power of coming together. And so, among the countless stars, a new dawn rose, a dawn where the light of humanity and its allies illuminated the cosmos, forever changing the story of the universe and ensuring that from this moment on, no star would ever truly be silent again.